picturesque stadium in all of sports than the Rose Bowl. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Oregon Ducks and the UCLA Bruins. Alongside David Pollack, man Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Oregon head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating in the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bruins offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And they've got the veteran, this senior quarterback, to guide the ship. Man, he was razor sharp last time out, completed better than 70% of his passes, throwing for 200-plus yards. Cuts it upfield. It's Davison. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
The play fake. Finds the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. The Bruins are marching down the field. The run inside. It's Davison. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Second and long here. They'll send the tight end in motion. Second down, gonna throw it. In the backfield, it's Davison. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They'll ride the hot hand. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. Now here's Moore. Right side, it's Moore. Wide open spaces. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Run in the red zone, it's Bright. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Swamped immediately. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up. From Dante Moore. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. Picked off.
Man, I think they're going to look back on this one, guys, just with frustration. Just an opportunity missed. Your defense did the best thing they could do. Starting the game, forcing a turnover. Now you get the ball, and you give it right back. So the momentum you had and the energy that was in the building, now it goes swinging right back to the other side.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Off-play action. Leaves it short.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Complete to the right. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Could not make his way to the corner. And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. Quick give. It's Davison. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete on the right side. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. And the Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Sells the run, looking to pass. Turns it upfield. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. The snap sets up the throw. Throws it deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw again. Finds his big tight end. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The Bruins go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking for a gap. It's Davison. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. From the gun. He's going for a big play downfield. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
You see more and more of this with big wide receivers out wide now. I'm trying to find a way to give them touches and try to give them those 50-50 balls. And nice job by the DB making the play over the wide receiver.
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the upright.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Dante Moore. Left side, it's Johnson. Still running at the 40. Caught, and he's got room. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. The Bruins call timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. It's inside. It's White. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to ride this running back. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moore to the air. Out wide right, it's White. Touchdown, Ducks! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Bruins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it way down the field. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Bruins. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
That's just such a great way to answer. Your defense just gives up a touchdown, no problem. Offense come out, see what the defense is in. The passing game makes the big play down the field and the immediate answer to get the momentum back in this football game.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Straight ahead, it's White. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Let's take a look at how these quarterbacks have fared in the early going after the first period. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Just feeds the running back. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. The Ducks want to move quickly. Making the adjustment. Here's Moore to throw. Out wide left, it's White. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Running inside, it's White. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Moore will throw. Right side, it's Bear. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Gonna run it. It's White. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, obviously, the running back has been the big story for this offense all season long. And the coaches talked about this in the offseason. They had to identify the right guy in the portal to help this offense be physical, to generate explosive plays, and really take them to the next level. They found their guy. This guy's been so good each and every week. He's been able to take care of himself, stay healthy, and he's gotten better as the season has gone on. And here we are, guys, late in the season. He's in Heisman contention, and he's got this team knocking on the doorstep of the college football playoff.
Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. They've made it to the middle of the season, #1 team in the land, but now is when you have to work on staying there.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good start. Impressed with them, impressed with offense, defense, special teams, complete unit so far. But Jesse, 7 games in, we ain't crowning a national champion.
No doubt about it. And listen, they've looked good for most of the first half of the year. Obviously, that's why they've got that number beside their name now. But when you're the #1 team, all that means is the games get bigger and bigger as you go. So,
touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Gain of 9 on that one. 3rd down and short. He needs a yard. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Now on the move. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up his offense nicely. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Throwing more. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill.
and I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough, and there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows.
There he goes. Past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
Pushes forward for 3. 13.
Man, it's really to control the run. Don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's going to throw deep right side. Goes high to pull it in. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Left side is Grove. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Out wide right, it's Grove. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get him the same.
Hits him in stride inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Rush is on. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Moore. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Clock has stopped. Timeout has been called by UCLA. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Moore to the air. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, it's White. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Colorado taking on the number 22 team, the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's tackled right there, but a good job to pick his way and find some room on that return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're all over him. Makes the grab deep. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Got some green grass. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. The
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Turning it on. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Dante Moore. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for the score. Touchdown Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. After the defense just gave up a touchdown, they really need to put something together on this drive. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Long way to go on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. On the move, he fires. It's caught. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
And I love linebackers, man. They just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
The run inside. It's Davison. Brought down. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Rush right in his face. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
The 3rd down offense has not been good, and add this one to the tab. Another 3rd down stop. They give up the sack. They're down by 3+ possessions. Nothing going this offense's way.
Making his first move. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to...
Got it down the field. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. It's a 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the 2nd half.
Taking a shot. Touchdown, Oregon. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. On On the return, it's Moore. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Keeps it moving. It's Davison. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Finds his man on the RPO. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Second and long here. Snaps it in the shotgun. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Bruins are flying down the field. Drops back on first down. Going deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Here's Moore to throw. Under pressure. They went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
It's so nice when you know it's...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Moore to throw for it on fourth down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. Great place to start for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, gonna throw it. Makes a grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. It's 3rd and 5. Quick give. It's Davison. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. Needs it here on 4th down. Fires to the right. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. A big turnover here for the defense to end the quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear here, the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. On the run, it's White. He's got the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. Throwing more. Fires one high and deep. Grabs it. Into the house. Touchdown, Ducks. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues. About to go 8-0.
Well, it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback. You saw it right there. He is dialed in. He's finding his one-on-one matchups. He's making good decisions, and he's been so accurate. Now, 4 TD passes in this one, and that's why his team is way up here late in the game.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse? And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. Hits inside. It's White. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
After getting that fumble, if you're on offense here, you've got to be thinking touchdown, right? So after that run play, this is a big third down opportunity to either stay on the field or score a TD. You wouldn't feel very good if you only walk away here with a field goal.
Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time. And the D deny them on second and goal. They're going to run it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and he's in. Touchdown, Ducks! They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Back to pass on second down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Makes the grab down the middle. And the big game, they've got it on the 46. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Straight ahead, it's Lee. Pushes ahead for 1. It's second and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Wants to go up top on second down. Look out! Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. The throw. He's got an open man. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Hits the hole. It's Lee. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Breaks into the open. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Running inside. It's White. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Moore. Fires to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Bear. Off to the races. The tap. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the UCLA sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
They give it to him again. Pass to 6. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team.